Hello everyone, I wanted to talk to you a little about Cipla's results in quarter 4 and also give you a perspective of how we ended the year. So quarter 4 was a very good quarter for us. We ended up growing top line quite significantly, almost 19%. Bottom line was far and exceeded that by quite a margin. And this resulted in us also hitting the year numbers. We've actually ended up closing the year at about 8% growth in our profit after tax, about 12% in EBITDA, and close to 10% in our revenues as well. So I think it's been a good solid quarter and it's helped us end the year well. I want to talk about each of our core businesses. There's been solid growth momentum, and I think Ciplaites from across the world have really come together to pull Cipla in this direction for the year and for the quarter. And I'm sure we're going to keep trying to do that every year in the future, and every day and every quarter in the future. So in our India business, great to see growth come back at 11% in the quarter. Strong growth numbers, and we're hoping that with the season coming up and the season months in the future, that all the initiatives and the investments we've put in building the business for the future continue to play out. Happy also to report that in the US we had spectacular growth. Driven largely also by a single product that contributed most of this, but also by just solid execution of our base business, and our base business numbers are more or less in line with how we thought they would play out. So that's great news. Emerging markets, the volatility in the sanctioned countries, etc., resulted in numbers being a little lower, but we still had growth there compared to the quarter 4 of the previous year. So overall, it was a great quarter. South Africa, despite after the first 3 quarters of market beating growth, continues its journey in the private market of beating market growth almost 3 times. But also there's a tender uncertainty in South Africa, which results in the overall numbers looking a little muted. But altogether, across our private markets, across the businesses we operate, good strong growth momentum. Operations is greatly improved. We've got, of course, we have to comply with FDA requirements with our quality standards, and we keep raising them every time. We had a recent inspection at Kurkum. We're well on way of trying to remediate that. Also recently inspected in Indore, where through a PAI inspection we didn't have any observations. So so I think the track there is continuing. So overall, lots of new things happening in Cipla. After Wealthy, now it's BrandMed in South Africa. It's enhancing our journey to be more closer to the patients. Happy that we're doing these things because it helps define that Cipla plays a large role in the ecosystem rather than just being able to supply medicines. It's a great movement, and looking forward to a good start to this quarter and this year. And thank you very much.